Hi, I'm Melissa McHale, and I'm going to talk to you today about the augmented reality app, Aurasma. Aurasma is an augmented reality app, which means that it takes a digital image and a still image and kind of combines them, and it brings the learning to life, is what I like to say. And there are limitless ways you can use this app in your classroom, and every time I talk about it, I come up with another idea. So here is a video of how it works. Hi, I'm Melissa McHale, and I'm here today to talk to you about the app Aurasma. It's an augmented reality app that brings learning to life. For example, this is a regular poster that you'd see in your classroom. You'd have your students do a poster on the 5 layers of the rainforest, and you'd have your poster displayed. With Aurasma, you can use a handheld device such as an iPad or an iPhone once you have the app downloaded, and you just hover over the poster and it comes to life. And you'll have your student explain his or her poster. Then another use could be with a picture book. And I videotaped an example here. And here's another way you could use Aurasma. I thought of an idea where I usually like to read aloud to my students, and sometimes I have them pick a book that they'd like me to read. So you can pre-record yourself reading books and then use the Aurasma app to have your students choose what book they'd like to hear, and they can hover over the book. And here's me reading the book aloud. So the augmented reality app is really cool. It's eye-catching, and when people see it in action, it's kind of mesmerizing, especially for anybody born before 1980, such as myself. It's kind of hard to believe that that happens, and a lot of times you'll see it in action and you'll hear, wow, that's so amazing. So it is a great tool to use even for parents. If you have like a back to school night or a curriculum fair, a good idea would be to have students talk about some books that they like to read. So you can pre-record a book review. I would even take a photocopy of the book cover and maybe display it around the classroom and have the children pick their favorite book and give a book discussion about it, why they like it, what they didn't like about it, people who would enjoy reading this type of book, and give suggestions. And if you like this book, maybe you would like a book that's similar. And then you can give the parents or whoever the community members come into the library or the classroom and give them the iPad with the app open and have them hover over the photocopied book cover, and they can watch the book review and have it come to life. So it's very easy to operate. So what you would do is you would just go to, you can download it from Aurasma.com, or you could just go right on from your iPad or your iPhone and go to Aurasma in the App Store, and you download it. And then you will just take a video. So I would like to keep the video no longer than 2 minutes. Just do a quick video. And you record that in your regular device like you would normally record any other video. And then after you record it and save it, you would just search for Aurasma on your device and open it. And then what will pop up is this plus sign. And you just click on that and it'll say you want to add an aura. And then you're going to see another sign appear, and it just says device, and you just make sure that that's highlighted. And then you click your photo album and your camera roll, and I walk you through it on this PowerPoint, so you can just really read what I say and do it along with your device opened up. And just name it something that you're going to remember. I usually will name it out of the lesson, like the book I just did, I named Read Aloud, and the poster, I named it forest poster, and just so that you remember which one it is, because you'll have a lot collected on your device. And then you will, it'll ask if you want to do an overlay. You hit OK, And then it's time to get your trigger image. So after you do the video, you do that part first, then you would get the picture of the trigger image, which is the still. So you'll just take a picture of, like I said, you could photocopy the book cover, you would take a picture of the photo, and that's how the device is going to recognize what you've taped, and then it will kind of combine the two. Okay, and then you can, in order to, the other thing is the sound quality could sometimes be off. And if it is, you might have to do a redo. But there's a little energy bar, and you just make sure that that energy bar is in green when you do it, and you should be okay. And then you would just click the camera icon, and you can position it. You can pinch and move around, but that's even, you can do that, you know, as you play around with it and get good with it. And then they're going to ask you if you want to make it public or private, and that's completely up to you. If you're going to share them with at home, like with parents or your school administrators, you can just give them your password that you created in private, or you can share it publicly. I do everything private because that's just the way I am. So then you'll watch it as it's making the aura, and then when it's finished, you'll just click finished, and it'll tell you that it's ready. And then all you have to do is just scan it, keep your Aurasma app open, scan your trigger image, and watch it come to life. And it's really great, and I was thinking of another way to use it too. What about like if you have Dewey Decimal sections in your library and you want to have the kids tell you what books are in that section, because I know we're always trying to reinforce Dewey. You could go to each Dewey section and pre-record yourself explaining the subject and what types of books are in each section, and then you can just take a trigger image of the number of the Dewey number that's labeled on your shelf. And then you can have your students take the iPad and hover over the Dewey number, and then it will pop up the recording of you of doing, explaining what is in that Dewey section. Plenty of ideas. Another one, maker spaces. You can have your students have their maker spaces out with directions, and maybe you can have a student record how they did their object in their maker space, and you can just hover over the object, take a trigger of that, and then it will explain, your student explaining how they made their item that was in the makerspace. So those are just a few ideas of how to use it. I hope you like it. And if you have any questions, just post them on the discussion board and hopefully I can answer it.